if you're feeling you've been rolled, it's not really off of the focus. Um, the intention was to roll you at birth, to enroll you into the world of man, to steal your spirit or your soul from God, and then enter into a make believe world of evil. So we use the term enrollment because that's what you do. You enroll your children into this system, you enroll them into the fiction. The parents did this, even though you cannot use this as a contract because a child can never enter a contract. So the very first statement that implies the rolling into the system is not really there. Even though some terrible things happen to the child during the process, they do draw first blood in the hospital. They do wrap them up like a roll in a blanket and restrict their movement. I think people think that's a good thing. Actually, it's not. It's a symbolic of a blanket bond. It's a blank. ET makes them alien, ET, extraterrestrials. Everything's based on spacecraft of something that's foreign to what is natural. So we're dealing with trying to get our head around that the people of God, the creation of God, are foreign to the creation of human concept or legal concept. What is God's and what belongs to the imaginations of men. So we enroll the child into the fiction, which is the fictitious name, which means to feign, fictio. We know that Peter's word says that they will, basically deceive you through feigned words. Okay, what do you think a surname is? It's a feigned word. Fictio is to feign. It was to bring you under the legal jurisdiction, though you were not under the legal jurisdiction of men. You were born of God, not born of fiction, not born of Satan, not born of positive law. And of course, when you stand upright as Christ did, and then when they actually tried to say he was of their world, their temporal world, though he said his kingdom was not, they crossed the line and then nailed him and posted him. Very, very symbolic what's going on here, which created the ledger between credit and debt. But Christ canceled out the debt, so there can't be any debt. It's over, finished. But the legal system continues because it leaves you hanging. And so their system basically has to continue with a debtor system and leaving you as the surety for it. So therefore, the legal surname is a permanent by man entry. It's by man entering into it voluntarily, but the child could have nothing to do with that. We have to voluntarily take over the debt, and that's why they issue the certificate of debt that you actually surety, so that they can get you to move it around and say, I'm acting for this. I show up to act for that name on the docket. So they're just docking a foreigner at the dock because the last name is foreign and therefore requires duty, debt, and obligation on it because it comes from a foreign source. It's not native to the land. Your given name is native to the land, to the earth where you came from. The concept of this evil has come from a foreign source away from God, which is now promoting, of course, this ET extraterrestrial nonsense that's all over the net that people believe. But these guys, when I'm talking about they're promoting that, don't realize what they're channeling with. And they're just talking in with the deception. And therefore, this foreign concept has now taken over what is natural to the earth. The fallen angels spoken of in the book of Enoch and in scripture, of course, wanted to use the earth as their playground. So they had to take away the people that were of loyalty to God in creation and take them into their source, because they had already committed treason in the heavenly realm. So now they were in the earthly realm trying to have this same treason occur. This is why you're seeing things unfold the way they are. And at this point, it's a suicide game for them, because they know their judgment is near and they're going to be executed by the Creator, which is divinely going to happen whether you believe this or not. It is unfolding in front of you right now. And those that he takes, or those fallen angels take, and get them to be deceived into the legal, placing their allegiance away from God and placing it with men and Satan's governments, under the world, the temporal world of man that is not spiritual, they will actually receive judgment. And it's coming. So right now, all he's doing, Satan is doing, is executing all those that he has control over, because they're walking to their own execution as he is. Because he's willfully doing this. No one has got a gun to anybody's head right now walking in to get these shots. It's actually like walking up to a guy with a gun and saying, please shoot me. At this moment, they haven't really put the gun to the head yet. But in the world of commerce, it's coming. And eventually, this will be the training wheels to something far greater and more insidious than just the shot. Because it will be putting something in your body that will be truly an abomination. It will be something that leads to full idiocy in the world of those who have been imprinted into the legal and become the property of evil.